Imagine waking up one morning and realizing you can no longer lift your grandchild, climb a flight of stairs without resting, or even rise from your chair without assistance. For millions of seniors, this isn't a distant possibility, it's their everyday reality, quietly brought on by a hidden condition called sarcopenia. Often dismissed as just getting old, sarcopenia is far more serious than simply losing a bit of strength. It's the progressive loss of muscle mass and function that affects nearly 1 in 3 adults over 60. Unlike grey hair or wrinkles, this condition doesn't just alter your appearance. It undermines your independence, mobility, and even your longevity. Yet, despite its widespread impact, sarcopenia remains one of the most underdiagnosed and misunderstood health issues among older adults. What makes it especially dangerous is how silent it is in the beginning. You might notice you're walking slower, needing more help around the house, or feeling unusually tired after minor tasks. These red flags are often ignored until a fall, fracture, or sudden loss of independence forces attention. But here's the good news: sarcopenia is not an inevitable part of aging. With the right approach, including proper nutrition, resistance training, and a proactive mindset, muscle loss can be slowed, stopped, and even reversed. In this video, we'll uncover the truth about sarcopenia, what causes it, why it's so dangerous, and most importantly, how you or your loved ones can fight back. Whether you're already feeling weaker or simply want to age on your own terms, this could be the most important health message you read this year. Let's get started. Your strength is still within your reach. What is sarcopenia? Sarcopenia is the gradual deterioration of skeletal muscle that begins as early as our 30s but becomes significantly more severe after the age of 60. Unlike a sudden injury or illness, sarcopenia creeps in quietly. Many seniors simply think they're slowing down because of age, but in reality they're losing muscle at an accelerating rate, especially if they are inactive or undernourished. In fact, research shows that after the age of 60, adults lose about 3% of their muscle strength each year. That may not sound like much, but over a decade, it can result in a 30% loss of strength. The consequences: falls, fractures, loss of independence, and even early mortality. The misconception: it's just old age. One of the most dangerous myths about aging is the belief that muscle loss is simply inevitable. While aging does predispose us to certain physical changes, sarcopenia isn't a normal part of aging. It's a preventable and, in some cases, reversible condition. When seniors start feeling tired more easily, struggle to climb stairs, or find it harder to get up from a chair, they often chalk it up to getting old. In reality, those could be red flags that their muscle health is deteriorating. How sarcopenia affects quality of life. Muscle loss is about far more than just strength. Sarcopenia impacts balance, coordination, metabolism, and even your immune system. Seniors with low muscle mass are more prone to falls and injuries. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related deaths in people over 65. They're also more likely to be hospitalized, as sarcopenia increases vulnerability during illness and slows recovery. Plus, there's a higher chance of losing independence, since everyday tasks like cooking, bathing, and dressing become challenging. And not to mention, there's a greater risk of chronic diseases because muscle tissue helps regulate blood sugar and fat metabolism. Imagine losing the ability to pick up your grandchild, walk around the block, or even carry groceries. That's the real-world cost of sarcopenia. The root causes of sarcopenia. So, what triggers this loss of muscle mass and strength? The main culprits are, well, physical inactivity. Use it or lose it is honestly a biological truth. Sedentary lifestyles, which are quite common among retirees, really do accelerate muscle wasting. Poor nutrition is another big factor. Many seniors just don't consume enough protein or calories to support muscle maintenance. Essential nutrients like vitamin D, B12, and omega-3 fatty acids are also frequently lacking. Then there are hormonal changes. Declines in testosterone, growth hormone, and something called insulin-like growth factor 1, or IGF-1, can all affect muscle regeneration. Chronic illness or inflammation, conditions such as diabetes, cancer, and heart disease, can certainly worsen muscle wasting, and finally, age-related mitochondrial dysfunction. As we age, our cells' energy production declines, reducing muscle endurance and strength. Signs you may have sarcopenia. Early detection is key, really. Here are some common signs. Weak grip strength, trouble standing up without using your hands, slower walking speed, unexplained fatigue, frequent falls or unsteadiness, and decreased muscle tone or visible muscle loss. If you or a loved one is experiencing these symptoms, it's time to take proactive steps. Diagnosing sarcopenia. Doctors typically diagnose sarcopenia using physical performance tests like walking speed and grip strength. They may also measure muscle mass using DEXA scans or bioelectrical impedance analysis. Gait analysis is another tool used to observe walking speed and balance. If you're over 60 and not being screened for muscle health during your checkups, it's a good idea to ask your doctor to include these evaluations. Fighting back. How to reverse or prevent sarcopenia. Here's the good news. You don't have to accept sarcopenia as your fate. With the right approach, you can slow or even reverse muscle loss. 1. Strength training is non-negotiable. Nothing builds or preserves muscle quite like resistance exercise. Now, this doesn't mean you need to lift heavy weights at the gym. Simple body weight movements, resistance bands, or light dumbbells can be incredibly effective. Start small. 2 to 3 20-minute sessions per week is a great start. Focus on functional exercises, squats, lunges, push-ups and rows, as these mimic everyday movements. Don't forget balance training either. Tai Chi and yoga can help reduce fall risk while improving coordination. 2. Prioritize protein. Protein is essential for muscle repair and growth. Unfortunately, many seniors fall short due to reduced appetite or dietary restrictions. Aim for 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily. Try to include protein at every meal, not just dinner. Eggs, Greek yogurt, chicken, tofu, and legumes are all excellent options. And if your appetite is low, consider supplements like whey protein or collagen peptides. 3. Get enough vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids. Both of these nutrients support muscle metabolism. Vitamin D deficiency is actually quite common in seniors and is linked to muscle weakness. A simple blood test can determine if you need supplementation. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fish oil and flax seeds help reduce inflammation and may promote muscle growth. 4. Stay active throughout the day. Formal exercise is crucial, but overall movement matters too. Take short walks after meals, use stairs instead of elevators, and do light chores like gardening or cleaning. Every step really does count. 5. Manage any underlying health conditions. If you have diabetes, heart disease, or arthritis, it's important to work with your doctor to control these conditions. Chronic inflammation and insulin resistance can worsen sarcopenia. The role of mindset. One thing I've observed in my decades of practice is that the most resilient seniors aren't just physically active, they also have the will to stay active. Cultivating a mindset of purpose, growth, and independence can make a massive difference in consistency and motivation. Surround yourself with positive influences, set achievable fitness goals, and remember, staying strong is not just about muscles. It's about reclaiming your freedom. It's never too late. Whether you're 60, 70, or 80, it's not too late to take control of your muscle health. The body has an incredible capacity to adapt, even in later years. Small changes, when done consistently, can lead to powerful results. Sarcopenia may be silent, but your response doesn't have to be. Speak to your doctor, start moving, and fuel your body with the nutrients it needs. You deserve strength, energy, and dignity at every stage of life. Let's make sure we're not just adding years to our life, but life to our years.